Welcome, everybody. The NFL season is over, which means it's time to look forward to the offseason. I'm Joe at the Game House, and today we'll be doing a 2024 NFL mock draft for the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins are on the clock in our NFL mock draft series. As a reminder, we'll be going through every NFL team, so make sure you stay tuned for your team as we go along here. We'll probably go through every team twice before the draft comes along. A reminder, we're going to be doing the NFL Mock Draft Database Simulator. I like it because it meshes all the big boards from around the internet together for their big board, but also things will still happen where maybe it's not most realistic. So we'll take note of that as we go along. We'll also be declining all trades as we go along, as not all of them are realistic when you have these NFL mock draft simulators. So let's get to it. Dolphins started off the year strong, a lot of fun. They didn't end the season quite how they would have hoped. A tough loss to Kansas City in the playoffs, but they have a good roster who's maybe very close to getting it all figured out. And wow, I mean, it's so tempting right now. I mean, I know Jackson Powers Johnson's there, and you could put him at guard. Troy Fountain, more of a guard as well, could play him at tackle, and that's all tempting. But Brock Bowers is there. And this offense, I don't know how they plan on using him. I don't know what that would look like. But I do know he's a very good football player, and that makes the offense that much more lethal and could help them win a Super Bowl, especially because you can get interior offensive linemen later, like right now with Zach Frazier. I think Cooper Beebe could be a good pick as well. But yeah, let's go Zach Frazier. Played center and guard at West Virginia. I know I've taken him in past mock drafts as well, but I do think he could be a very good plug-and-play guy to help protect Tua. Now, you don't have another pick until 157, 186, 200, 239, but this is a team that's well set up for success long-term with the players they've acquired. Yes, they'll have to figure some things out in free agency to start, but I do think they'll figure some things out. I do think they'll be one of the top contenders in the AFC. So when you leave the draft with Brock Bowers, impact tight end right away, Zach Frazier, a guy who should be able to start right away, I think you have to feel good about things, even if you don't have a pick until 157. All right, so I'm going to go with Jacob Cowing out of Arizona. I think wide receiver 3 has been something they've needed for a long time now. I think he could step up and eventually be that wide receiver 3. He's a little bit smaller, and he did have some problems with drops at the Senior Bowl, which was uncharacteristic, but I think he's been very productive over his career at UTEP and at Arizona. So I think that would be a good pick. I think Mike McDaniel would find a way to use him no matter what. So next pick up, let's go. I'm going to go Trevin Wallace out of Kentucky, a guy who was all over the field for Kentucky these past couple of years. I think he could be a guy who plays special teams initially, maybe develops into something later on. I think that could be very, very helpful. Still wants me to take a tight end here, even though we've already taken one, so that's a little bit precarious, especially even the Luke McCaffrey pick with 2. A lot of positions we've already taken they want us to take. We might try to diversify a little bit. Let's see what we got here. We're going to go, because I think he's rising up draft boards, and I don't think he's going to be there that long. I know I've taken him in other ones too, but we're going to take Andrew Phillips out of Kentucky. Guy really sees the football well. Instinctual guy. We know there's corners in Miami. We know, Cater Kohu's even the slot guy, the Jalen Ramsey, Javian Howard, got all those guys. Never a bad thing to have depth, especially at this rate at pick number 200. And then we'll take some other guys down here who we think could maybe create an impact. Jason McClellan could be picked, and we know they like the running backs down there. I would have liked to get more of a bruising running back in this draft. We'll take Rasheen Ali. He's a guy who I think can help out at the back end of the roster. We don't know if they're going to keep all 3 of the running backs, Jeff Wilson, Raheem Mostert, and Devin Achane. So we'll take another running back there and see if they make the roster. Here's the draft. Let's go through it one more time. We got Brock Bowers falling all the way to 21, and it just the offense and what this thing could do with Brock Bowers in the offense, it just makes me wonder how good this could be. Zach Frazier stepping in on the offensive line, interior offensive line, center or guard, played both at West Virginia, could be good. Jacob Cowing could be a slot receiver of the future for the Dolphins. Maybe could play right away as well. He has a lot of production in his college career. Trevin Wallace, Andrew Phillips, and Rasheen Ali out of Marshall end up filling out that rookie class. Let me know what you think of the draft in the comments below. For now, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.